Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Game Bites pre-show. I am your host, Jared Dunn. We are going to check out a little bit of Guild Wars 1. So Guild Wars 1 released 15 years ago. It just celebrated its 15th year anniversary, and we're gonna play it for a little bit here. We're just gonna check it out, kind of poke around. I have played this game. I remember back before release, watching so intently. Reading all the articles, watching all the trailers, being so pumped for this game's release, and playing it. I pre-ordered it. I played in all the beta weekends, which were really limited in focus. Just let you play through the Lion's Arc sort of Prophecies expansion. Wasn't called Prophecies then. And then you got early access for being pre-order and all this and that. We're going to go full. It's kind of hard to read. So let's actually see. Oh, yeah. We can increase the size a little bit. That should help a little. Make it a little easier to read. Maybe. Is it a little easier to read? I don't know if it's that much easier to read, y'all. But yeah, so really loved this game. Fun fact, if you want to dive into the mind of me for a minute, this game, ever since that initial release, anytime I have gotten a new computer, whether it is a desktop, my sort of main gaming computer, or a laptop, if it could run Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 1 has been installed on it for 15 years straight. I may not have played all those years, but it's always been installed. A faithful companion, if you will. So I'm going to pick up this Zaishen mission. I have a couple of Zaishen missions. So the Zaishen stuff is kind of interesting. And it was added really kind of later in the game's life cycle, if you will. And they're kind of these automated quests to go do things that have already been in the game, but they give you rewards for going back. I actually just realized there is no audio, and let me fix it. There we go. I don't know why that was necessary, but all right. Well, there you go. So these basically give you sort of daily bonuses, if you will, to go and play content you've already played. And so I'm playing on a warrior. He looks tough. Look how tough he looks. And this is an interesting area. This is Embark Beach, which was added very late to the game. After all the expansions were all done, but this is a way you can actually travel to all the different areas. So you can see here's Alonian travel and like all the different merchants. And if we travel down this way, slowly, some more merchants over there. Down here, you see the Zaishen bounties again. They're all the same. Don't worry about that. Northern travel. So this is to the Eye of the North expansion. Tyrian travel. It's the original game. And I think, and factions is up here. So factions being the first the second campaign, the first after the initial release, which is sort of the Asian-themed mission. So we're going to take a look here at what... I've got a ton of quests. So this character, I've always considered my sort of main character, but I only played through the Prophecies campaign with him. And even that, I did half of it initially with a Necromancer, and then later followed up with this guy. And then I created new characters for each expansion when it came out. So when Factions came out, I mained as an assassin, and then when Nightfall came out, I played as a dervish character, which was a really cool way to play the game as sort of a local, if you will. But lately, I've been kind of coming back in and working my way through the game again with this guy, trying to get all those sweet chivos. For no other reason than I really enjoy this game. The other thing that's fun is I've created a new guild, the Champions of Bites. So you can see I am a guild of one right now. If you would like to join the Champions of Bites, let me know. We can get you in there. So I've done nothing. I have, no alliance. I've gained almost no faction. I've done no, obviously, guild versus guild battles or anything like that. So what I am trying to do, however, is if you earn enough of these Zaishin rewards, so doing the missions, you get copper. No, that's the wrong dude. Yeah, you get copper. You turn 50 copper Zaishin coins in for a silver. You turn in 10 silver for a gold. And you can turn 3 gold in for a celestial sigil. And the celestial sigil is important because that will allow us to purchase a guild hall. That's right. Grinding away to get that sweet guild hall. Guild Wars 1 for the Champions of Bites. Yeah. Anyway. You know what? Honestly, it's something to do, right? It's like, oh, look, I can go do it. I mean, I could go do all these quests, right? Like, these are in the older areas. I could go and knock them out, and they'd be fun. But I've done them before. I've done almost, I don't want to say every quest. I've done a really big chunk of these quests, but on other characters. So, those don't interest me too much. I am, however, not finished with the Nightfall campaign on this character. So I've been working through that a little bit, too. So the bounty quests, these are to go kill a boss. So Chung the Attuned is in the Undercity. That is in the Factions campaign on Cantha. In fact, on mainland Cantha. And maybe we'll go check that out. That could be a fun thing. The Undercity is kind of cool. It's kind of unique and kind of built in a way, kind of a tricky way they did it to kind of give a multi-layer in the engine that didn't really support it at the time. Joff's the Mitigator. He's actually in the Eye of the North area. So it's in Riven Earth. That's a kind of a jungly area in the Eye of the North campaign. And then this guy's in Ula's Lab. And I believe this is a dungeon. I'm not going to do a dungeon today. Finding the Bloodstone. Help Gadd acquire the Bloodstone from Sparkfly Swamp. So this is an Eye of the North quest as well. And Vizuna Square is in Cantha as well. And then these are Vanquish quests. So Vanquishing is if you switch to hard mode. So there's normal mode, the original difficulty of the game, and then there's hard mode. Hard mode increases enemy levels and makes it harder. But once you do that, you can go into an area and do Vanquishing. Let's actually travel. I'm going to go to the Undercity, and we're going to do this this bounty. I think that sounds kind of fun. So we're going to go talk to Shirayuki. We're going to travel to Cantha. Now, I could travel through the map. That being, I could travel through the boat. But doing so is kind of obnoxious. So if I go to higher levels, not in certain areas, especially earlier in campaigns, they limited your party size. So Guild Wars 1, if you're unaware, has a 8-player party size at all times. It's kind of not so much an MMO as it is sort of a cooperative online game, they call it. And actually, if you want to be honest, it plays a lot more like Diablo-style multiplayer than it does, say, World of Warcraft. So you go to these hub areas, these cities, if you will, and in there you can see other players. See, like, there's other players here. That's a player. This is a player. This is a player. This is a player. You see, and you can actually see these persons. So, like, this person, 7, so he's in a party of 7. They're in a party of 8, party of 8, party of 8. Almost certainly these people are in parties with heroes. Heroes were introduced in the Nightfall campaign. So this was added later in the game, and it's a great hub. You can basically get anywhere from here. In fact, let's check that out right now. So we're gonna talk to this Canthan, to Shirayuki, Canthan Travel. So he says Cantha is an exotic land, and its great beauty is matched by the great dangers that lurk there. It is a land that calls out for heroes. Will you be the one to answer? Well, of course we will. That's what we're doing. So there's 4 main areas in Cantha. There's Xingzhe, which is sort of the tutorial island. We're not going there. This would limit our party size. If we travel here, it would limit our party size, and then I'd have to go through and like remember what heroes I had in here. This is like a specific build I've done for heroes. I don't want to do that. Kaining Center is the sort of mainland Cantha area, and then I thought I could go back. The Jade Sea and the Echovald Forest are 2 kind of other areas in that. The Jade Sea has the Kurziks. No, I got it backwards. That's the Luxons, and then the Echovald Forest has the Kurziks, which are 2 factions. Ha ha ha! It's called factions. It's the campaign. You can see where they were going. So we're gonna travel to Kainang Center. I do not remember the best place to go to get to the underworld. So we're going to go to... we'll go to Tahnnakal Temple. I don't think this is where we want to be, but it'll at least get us close, and then we can travel around. So you can go from hub to hub, quick travel. No cost. It's totally free. You just pop there. See, I brought my party with me. They're all a bunch of heroes. These are henchmen I could get, but I don't want henchmen. They're no good. Yeah. So Tahnnakal Temple's a mission, you can see, because it has like this sort of larger round icon, whereas this is an outpost. It's got the smaller sort of symbol. And then the main city is here, which looks like an outpost, but it has some like wings. So you can see, here's the factions map. So Xingzhe is your tutorial island. You can see you start here at this sort of main city, if you will. This is where new players start. And then you go through these missions that kind of introduce you to the game. And you can travel around to these open areas. But once you go into a mission or into an open area, if I travel into the Shinzun tunnels, for example, or the Sunjiang district, or the Zaiquang Skyway, I apologize, I'm probably butchering these. I will not encounter anyone who isn't in my party already. So everyone there will be bad guys. Okay. So I don't think I selected my mission, which is why it's kind of freaking out. Yeah, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do Vanquish. And we could do Vanquish, but I'm not really into that right now. So let's do Chung the Attuned. So we're going to go kill Chung. I'm not going to do this on hard mode. If you want to do these in hard mode, you really probably need to tailor your party specific to that, because there's going to be stuff that will counter your build and you'll just need to work around. So I don't want to deal with that right now. So I'm going to do this. It's going to give me 20 Zaishan copper, 1,000 experience, and 500 gold. So that's the experience in gold is pretty weak, but the Zaishan copper, these are the only way you can get it. So we're going to go back to the map. See, there's the Undercity here. Can I get there from Senji's Corner? I'm not sure, to be honest. It's been a long time since I've just kind of poked around and traveled around to the different sort of explorable areas. So it wants me to go. You can see on my map, the quest marker has here, this like swirly thing is a like a portal, so to speak. So this is going to take me to the Zaiquang Skyway, and I bet within there we'll find a zone entrance to. All right, so here we go. Oh, it's way over here. So we probably should start at the marketplace. We're going to go to the marketplace. I used to love the marketplace. This is one of my favorite places in the factions campaign. I don't know why. I just kind of liked the look of it. I kind of wish it had become sort of a central hub, marketplace, if you will. But listen to the sound. That's so good. I love that. Like the people talking. You know, there's obviously no like business happening. The game didn't really support it back then. But yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go out to the Wajun Bazaar. and we'll go from there. So Kaineng City is kind of a cool fantasy area in that it is a massive, sprawling city. I mean, everything brown you see, all of this is part of this city. And most of it is destitute and in squalor. Way down here, there's this. It goes all the way down here. You don't get to ever travel all the way down here, which is so cool. Now, one of the things that's kind of interesting is they recently teased the next expansion. That's right, the next expansion for Guild Wars 2. And they did it with, see, here's like, you can see the squalor, like the like hovels and stuff. Obviously, the textures are 15 years old, but looks pretty good. So we're going to kill these Ampha. Let's see if we can find, is there a healer? Marksman, Necromancer? Nah, we're good. So we're just going to get in there. Anyway, so they have recently announced that they are working on a third expansion. This sounds a little loud. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit. A third expansion for Guild Wars 2, that is. So the first expansion, Heart of Thorns, took us to the Maguma Jungle, which was a area in the original Guild Wars Prophecies that we didn't really get to explore. We couldn't go further, far enough west to explore it. Oh, I ran into a trap. Look at that. Everyone's running into traps. It's just shameful. So let's move along here. This is just getting out of hand. And then the second expansion was I almost said Nightfall. It was not Nightfall. It was Path of Fire. Excuse me. Took me a second. And that took us to Ilona, which was the area of the third campaign in Guild Wars. Really cool area. Deserts and oases and all kinds of islands and stuff. Really neat. Sort of African theme, which is really cool in video games, I think. Not you know, I don't think it's explored enough. So you love to see that kind of stuff. But they have teased it with a single image, and you know what, that image looks like Xingzhe Monastery. Almost, you could almost walk there and be like, yep, this is where they took that picture. But not quite. So I'm optimistic. They've said nothing else about it, but that this next expansion, oh, sorry, I clicked off the screen, will take us to Kantha, another major region of the world ready to explore, and Guild Wars 2's much more open environments. All right. Where's that? Oh my gosh, keep getting me. Oh man, this is gonna take us forever to get here. Ah, we're almost there. All right. So the Amba are a sort of one of the, let's say, kind of minor factions of Guild Wars factions. The story doesn't deal with them a whole lot, honestly. They're kind of a gang that controls a lot of the city, a good chunk of the city. So as you can imagine, with a city this size and this much poverty, at least as it's depicted, that there's probably quite a bit of, quite a underworld, so to speak, quite a bit of crime. And that's kind of what these guys represent. Oh my gosh, the traps are just a nightmare. All right, so, so my heroes are kind of a, I hit the wrong button. Kind of an energy surge build. I don't actually have enough ritualists and whatnot and mesmers. I don't have any mercenary heroes, so I just kind of slapped one together. Sickness, Spirits, Energy Surge, Incoming. Yeah, Incoming there. Bip, Blood is Power, Soul Twisting. So, I don't know. It's probably not the most efficient, but honestly, in normal mode, it's I keep clicking off the screen. It's good enough. Yeah, I find the combat of Guild Wars to be not the most engaging. So I try to make it as less clicky as I can. Okay, so here's what I was talking about with So what's really cool about the Undercity is above us, you can't see me, I'm air quoting, is Zyquang Skyway. Probably mispronouncing it. I apologize. And the engine doesn't really do, or at the time does not really do up and down, like multiple layers, right? So what they did is they kind of like tossed you off somewhere else. And gosh, if you actually cranked the gamma up enough, you could probably see this map. But they kind of hide it. So they kind of make it like a dungeon, right? You're in the Undercity, and you don't know where you're going. And honestly, I don't know where I'm going, because I do not remember where Chung is. Yeah, so Ligatai, I don't have the chat up on the screen, but we're getting some build pointers in chat, and I agree, it could almost certainly be optimized. So this was the build that I had, that I was playing, I guess, with a while ago. I don't remember when, the last time I played, and then I came back to the 15-year anniversary stuff, and it was still there, so I'm like, it's probably still good enough, right? So yeah, there are certainly... One of the best parts of Guild Wars 2. So the combat itself, I don't find real engaging. I try to minimize... my guy really weak, probably a really weak combination, or composition here. 100 Blades is pretty cool in groups. I kind of charge in, I just kind of slash them up. But what I love the best part about Guild Wars Skillcraft, so if you're not sure how Guild Wars skills work, is you only get 8, right? And you can dual class. So you have your primary class, which has a primary skill. I believe for the warrior it's strength. So this is strength. I think it's strength. Strength is the only skill that you get unique as a warrior. No one else. If I were, say, let's just switch it. If I was a monk warrior, I would not get strength. I would have a different monk. I think it's divine prayers or divine favor or something like that. A different primary sort of skill. And raising your skill raises. You can see the attribute on this skill is strength, right? So if I increase my strength, it increases how much damage in this case. You can see the plus 18 is in green. Here is 36 more damage if that goes up. This is 6 strikes, so if I increase strength, the number of strikes goes up of adrenaline. So it's really cool, and there's so many skills. I have so few skills on this character because I basically kind of created one build and just kind of stuck with it. But as you go through the game, you can do quests, you unlock skills, and it's all about the build craft, right? What optimizes with this character, with that character. It is so cool. Oh my gosh, I just hit the button on my mouse and it flipped me around. Sorry for that nausea-inducing camera work. Back in the day when I was playing... Oh, here's a healer. Probably should have killed him first. Doing guild versus guild multiplayer battles or like 4v4 teams and stuff like that in PvP. It was so fun to try to come up with like, oh, well, if I take this skill, it changes this to do this, or I'll gain this, and then you can do this thing. And it's just really cool how everything works together, since you know that everyone has 8 skills. You can only have, say, so many. I'm going to have to look up where this guy is, to be honest. But, my skills can work with... Not mine, because have a selfish build, but like, you know, some of the mesmer skills might do this kind of thing, and other characters can benefit off that. Let's see, it's pretty impressive when people are playing. No, honestly, Guild Wars 1 is still really active. So I'm actually gonna show one of my favorite features. I wish more games had this. It's ridiculous how excited I get about it. I don't know where to go. Oh, but I'm gonna come kill these guys while we're waiting. And so we're gonna use the game systems. Oh, look, I leveled up. To help me here. So as you can remember, I was showing you this doesn't have like a real map. It's dark like a dungeon, so it doesn't point me where to go. But I can go to help. Here's the quests I have. Chung the Attuned. I click on this. It loads up the wiki. This is so good. Yeah, I went the complete wrong way. So if I just go around this way, here it is. So if I had gone this way, this would have been a nightmare for us. So good to know. Okay, sorry. Automod got your message there because you said the word massive. Wow. So I need to go backwards. But no, Guild Wars 1 is really great. I was actually kind of talking the other day. Who was I talking to? I think it was even the wife, and she's just like tuned out, but love her to death. Guild Wars 1 is so different in terms of style and gameplay from Guild Wars 2. I really deep down wish they had. I'm not saying like full expansions or, you know, campaigns, but even just some development on it, because it is just such a unique product to Guild Wars 2. And I love Guild Wars 2. I play the heck out of that game. But I like, what was that little cutout? I almost got lost. But it's just like the games I feel like could coexist, you know. But. Yeah, I don't know. We don't get a ton, you know, Ligatai, we don't get a ton of we don't get a ton of user interaction. So honestly, the automod doesn't come up a lot. I should try loosening its restrictions a little bit, though. Look how cool this is, dude. Guys, first person mode. Holy cow. How, like, you know, when you're exploring this and you don't know where you're going 15 years ago, 14 years ago, how cool did this area look? I'm telling you, it was awesome. Whirling blades! Oh, we just erased the... Oh, there he is! Chung the Attuned, spawn behind us. Hooray! Let's go get him. So, yeah, we're just gonna power... Yeah, I know there's a healer and there's a boss. We're just gonna power through this guy and then go get the rest. No big deal. Super easy in normal mode, guys. It truly is. So, Chung the Attuned down. Check the quest. There he is. Yeah, we could get a bonus if we do it in hard mode, but we can go back to Zenshu at the Zaishan Challenge, so we can check them out at the Embark Beach and get our reward. Yeah, so, the chat's talking about Shiro Tagachi, which was the sort of primary antagonist of the factions campaign. So I can actually just straight travel right back to Embark Beach. Again, I won't lose my party. I don't play enough to memorize what guys I have in my party, so it's always a pain to have to go back through and be like, wait, who did I have again? Anyway, So that's my little cheat for not having to commit things to memory ever again. I blame age. All right, quest done. So we're gonna talk to Zenshu. No, you're not Zenshu. Please go away. Thank you. All right, there it is. 1,000 gold, 1,000 experience, 500 gold, and my 20 Zaishin coins. Hey, look at them dancing in sync. That's if you do an emote and is it like Space Asterisk or something? It puts everything on a timer, so you do it in sync. It's pretty good. Pretty good. That's some advanced gaming technology right there, y'all. Okay, what was I doing? I was looking at my Zaishin coins. So I've got 16 here. Not enough to cash in yet. So you can see we're getting close. I've got one gold coin. It's hard to see. So we're like halfway-ish there. Hey, welcome, Dr. Gonzo, to our little pre-show stream. So every Monday, the Game Bite Show, we do a stream of stuff. It's really random. There's really no rhyme or reason, but my compatriot, Jeremy Lawman Lamont, typically joins me for those. That will start in about 30 minutes. Today, I'm just doing a little pre-show, playing Guild Wars 1, because I wanted to. And that's it. That's the entire reason. I'm not doing anything in particular. I was just doing a few of the Zaishan missions. I hadn't played a ton of Guild Wars 1 recently. But came back, of course, for the... No, I don't want storage. Where's the merchant? She's over here somewhere. There he is. Of course, for the 15 year. I actually did get one of the weapons. Gosh, it takes a minute to remember everything. Ah, yeah, here we go. The Arbalest. The Anniversary Spear Arbalest. So it's a strength spear. I assume it's the only one in the game that primaries off strength, right? Yeah, so I will stop in about 30 minutes with Guild Wars, and we're going to switch over then to Borderlands 3, I believe. Hey, no problem. You're welcome to stay, leave, follow, don't follow. Follow for 30 minutes, unfollow in 30 minutes. It's all up to you, man. We just do this for fun. It's a companion live stream show to our twice-a-week audio podcast called The Game Bite Show. All right. Maybe we'll check out one of these. No, I don't want to do another Kainang City. You know what? Let's see about the. I don't know. I assume I can get this. Hey, thank you for that. For the follow. I honestly appreciate it. But we're gonna check out the Bloodstone, and we'll go to the Tier Northern Travel Guy, Nagi. My good buddy Nagi, we go way back. That's not true. Tarnished Coast. What am I doing? Finding the Bloodstone? Oh my gosh, I don't remember which that one is. Well, we'll go to Gadd's Encampment. Surely that's right. Hey, thanks for tagging along, Legati. It's been good. Okay. All right. So here we are, Gadd's Encampment. We got to go out to Sparkfly Swamp. Finding the Bloodstone. This is what we want to do. So we're going to go there and do it. It's really cool. Is it called Finding the Bloodstone? Yeah, perfect. It's really cool the way, the prophecies, factions, Nightfall had very sort of structured missions, right? You warp into the mission area. You knew you were in a mission area because it was an outpost, but it had like the special sort of icon. here's what they looked like for, they're like the shields for prophecies. You get the swords when you complete it. Well, you get 1 for completion, 2 for the bonus. But Eye of the North really did it different. Eye of the North was, of course, the expansion, the first and only expansion for the game, outside the primary campaigns, which were standalone. But the missions were sort of just out in the wilderness, so to speak, or you had to kind of explore to get to them in some ways, and they were almost more, not almost more. I feel like they were just a lot more fluid. Which I really liked, and it really felt like years later, after playing this and starting to play Guild Wars 2, it's like you could really feel what they were, it's like they had this idea in Eye of the North of what they wanted sort of missions to be, and they just kind of took it and ran in Guild Wars, which I kind of like. I appreciate that, So we're gonna murder these whatever, these dinosaur-looking things. All right, we're making our way here. Kill some more of these little foots. I don't know. But yeah, you could really feel the team, or at least this is my opinion, of course. But I could really feel like the Guild Wars team, ArenaNet, was really getting their footing with Eye of the North. They added like mini games. Ow, that sounds really loud to me. I'm not sure if that's really loud to y'all. I'm gonna turn it down like just a bit. It just sounds super loud. Oh, okay, sounds okay. Well, it's probably just me then. Oh, what the heck is that Azuran minigame? It was like Pokemon. Yeah, I'll think of it in like 5 minutes. But well, I appreciate the compliment. I guess. We streamed some pretty random games, but I don't know that I've ever streamed Guild Wars 1. I don't know. Jeremy can forgettable username can fact check me on that. I'm not sure that I have streamed quite a bit of Guild Wars 2. Is possibly one of our most streamed games, despite Jeremy's best efforts. And then randomly MechWarrior Online for honestly nobody knows why, but oh, we did do a formative games of yore. Did I play it then? That would make sense.
Done right, and I want this done fast. I don't want any screw-ups. I don't want any back talk. I'm looking at you, Vec. You hear me?
Yeah.
Questions? No? Let's go.
He's everything I said and less.
It's not that bad.
Lydia, your shirt's a little small.
Minute go by without reminding you of it.
That was pretty abrasive. How did you end up working for him?
In the wake of the White Mantle, my home, Kryta, is racked by civil war. Factions and sub-factions are destroying our nation. We are seeking new ways, new magics, new allies in order to tip the balance and finally bring peace.
And this cranky old Asura is a potential ally?
Ha! All he cares about is his reputation.
not just feel good, like, you do you, but like I'm gonna go explore subterranean caverns in this shirt and these boots.
I've known him. It's worth dealing with his temper and his demands.
A small sacrifice for a greater good.
Yeah, you know, I was just thinking. I'm kind of talking over it now, and I apologize if there are probably much better YouTube videos or whatever if you want like the full story. We're just poking around, but you know, I was just thinking the other day. So when Guild Wars 1, before it was Prophecies, originally launched, there was no lip syncing. I remember how awful those cutscenes looked. I mean, they were like they were fine-ish, I guess, at the time. Oh, you know what? I have no idea how to do the sort of bonus for this. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Oh, yeah, spiders. But yeah, the original Prophecies, when it released, had no voice acting. Or, I'm sorry, not voice acting, but no lip syncing. They patched that in later. Oh, man, it was pretty goofy looking. And I feel like, you know, you can just feel the sort of quality of life, the quality of the game getting better as it went. You play through Prophecies, and even Factions. Some of those cutscenes, like, are just, you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, man. So, genuinely, find Gadd and Livia, help Gadd and Livia defeat inscribed sentries and decipher their inscriptions to open passageways. Okay. No, welcome, Gillespie. Welcome to the stream. We're doing a little pre-show, Guild Wars. We are doing some of the Zyshan challenges, one of which is this mission to help Gadd and Livia. And of course, there are spiders. Yeah, so we're going to play for 23 more minutes around then. There's an inscribed sentry. Let's go get him. Get him, team. Oh, yeah. The sort of weird... Guild Wars had such cool... Hey, guys, come back. There they are. Such cool, like, monster design. Look at these guys. They're like weird frog, bat, vampire dudes. I don't know, man. They're so cool. 23 precious minutes. Yes, sir. Let's go get that inscribed sentry. Oh, he's a boss! Well, I mean, that maybe seems obvious. You there, Shining Blade Girl. Extract the inscription. Of course, Gadd, but remember, you can't do this alone. See, it says quest updated, but not actually. Okay. Crypt Wings. Storm Wings. Up this way? Can I get there from here? I'm not sure. Here we go. Taking out some of these trash mobs. Again, normal mode. Not so difficult, but it's okay. Like, it's fine. There, just hit something, my man. Don't just stand there. You're only as good. Aww. Look at that cool crack in the stone. Like, they just got so much better with level design, I feel like. Alright. Down we go. Some of our older spirits. There's an inscription stone. Hey, it is quite a posse. So, we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier. So one of my characters, I guess the Master of Whispers, is a minion master. So all these bone fiends are his. They're like ranged. What's really kind of neat, I mean, neat from one perspective, I guess, is the minion masters raise these minions, so these are bone fiends, from... Oh, would you die already? From corpses. So you can see these like grayed out ones is where he's raised a bone fiend. So you actually have to kill something to raise them, to sort of raise that army. It's really cool. It's a neat little mechanic. Locked. No, so I'm playing solo. Guild Wars is a team sort of based game. So before the third campaign came out, Nightfall, you could use henchmen or players in the missions. And then Nightfall introduced heroes. So these are heroes, and heroes are unique. Oh, I always hit the wrong button. And that you can adjust their loadout. So I've got like some like, I'm not gonna say decent weapons on them. Mostly what I do is I spam this this like pre-order staff that I have and just give it to everybody. Because I have not spent much time at all equipping my heroes. So parties go up to size 8. There are unique missions where you can have up to 16 players in one mission. Yeah, they're like rentals. But what's neat about the heroes is, so the heroes are all unique. So like here's like Zed, Shadowhoof, he's a centaur, and Gwen. And you can see Gwen actually, what? Unless you know what Gwen normally looks like, you can see I've upgraded her armor. I actually have 2 Livias, which is moderately hilarious. So one of the Livias is mine. I believe this one. And then the mission gave me this Lydia. Hilarious. Okay, let's move on. We got a timetable to keep here, y'all. Not really. A Skelk Slasher. Let's kill this fool. Oh my god. What? Get back here. I always felt like the Skelk were cool. What? Okay, this guy's got to die. He's doing things. We don't like that. Your son wants to install Guild Wars 1. A righteous mall. That's weird to think about a mall being righteous. I always hated going to them. They're so full of people. That was a pun. It was a bad pun, but it's a pun nonetheless. Was it a pun, or is it a play on words? I don't know. I'll let the audience decide. Oh, but look how much better this mission design is. So cool. Like this level design, excuse me. Like, look how cool this looks. Look at that. There's like binding and down and mushrooms. It's great because, you know, Guild Wars 2 lets you jump on those. All right. Enough of this nonsense. Back to the killing. Whirling Blade. I think that's called whirling. Oh, Whirlwind Attack. Shame on me. Okay, let's find this inscription guy. Skelk. 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 I don't know. Let's go this way. Oh, I didn't even do a single skill just there. Just auto attack for the win. Good? I think we're good. Let's move on. I don't think this was the right way. Whoa. Wait, was it? Can I go this way? Ooh, I can go this way. Yes, in the middle of a fight, please loot that garbage weapon. Skeletal hounds. Ferocious. So we're like in ruins? This is cool looking. Yeah, I don't... Oh, there's the inscribed sentry. I don't really remember these areas too well, to be honest. It's been a hot minute since I played through the Nightfall campaign in its entirety. So this character... you know, I was talking... Would you attack something? At the beginning of the stream. But this character was not my original character that I played through everything on. So my original character was a necromancer. And I played through the entire Prophecies campaign on a necromancer. And then I came back and play... why are these guys all friendly? That's weird. Anyway, I played through as a necromancer, and then on factions I played as an assassin. I wanted to play sort of... Oh, they just die. That's cool. I like that a lot. Sort of native character. So then I played through as an assassin, and then on Nightfall I played as a dervish. And then when I played Eye of the North, I started with this guy, and then I've been going back and sort of catching up. I've gotten all the way through Prophecies, beating all the missions with bonus. Gotten through factions, everything at mastery level or whatever it's called. Yeah, in fact, that's kind of why I came back, Dr. Gonzo, was for the sort of anniversary update, if you will. So they added a new elite skill, I believe, for each profession. So that's 10. And then they have some new weapons, which I actually haven't shown off, but I did unlock the Anniversary Spear Arbalest. I also did get the Proof of Triumph, so at some point I want to go check out those elite skills. There's 4 unique zones, and I'm hoping I can do them after the Anniversary update, as long as I have the Proof of Triumph. I guess we'll have to sort of test that theory, but yeah, let's try out the new spear. Why not? Look, I'm gonna throw a spear. Haha, got him. 6 damage. Yeah. So necromancers do... So you're seeing a bunch of stuff happen on the screen. So the necromancer needs dead guys to summon bone minions, or bone fiends is what he's summoning right now. And there's a few different type of minions. But the necromancer's not solely limited to just summoning. You know, they have a lot of like blood control spells and death magic and stuff like that. So each of the characters of the professions, is sort of flexible in the way you might want to play them. I have this one set up as a minion master. The spirits you see are actually coming from a ritualist, which is a different type of profession, and that's something they cast, you know, as we go here. But the with exception to using a spell to do it, these spirits cannot move. Yeah, we were talking a little bit ago about the population of Guild Wars being fairly healthy for a 15-year-old, mostly on autopilot game. Well, there's the Bloodstones. So, Enchanted Thigh. But my character's a warrior. So warriors are exactly what you think. I wear heavy armor. I actually build adrenaline, which is a unique sort of thing for warriors. It doesn't actually get represented anywhere other than your skills. I believe standing on this makes it so I can't be rezzed. Is that right? If I die on this, I can't be rezzed? Aura of the Bloodstone? Stop bouncing around? I can't remember. I thought that was something like that, but... So warriors, you know, the warriors typically use a sword or a hammer or an axe and run and bash things until they stop needing to be bashed. Ah, yeah, we got them. I don't think they publish server numbers.
I need to extract the essence.
And so all of the classes are, let me see if I can name, there's 10. So originally there were 6. That is the warrior, the ranger, which is your typical ranger. He actually, his unique thing is he has a pet. Elementalist, which casts different, that's your big wizard, fireballs and stuff like that. Your monk, that's your dedicated healer. Guild Wars 1 did have dedicated healers. So that's 4, and then you had the Necromancer, which we've kind of talked about, and the Mesmer, which is a super unique class to, maybe not totally unique, but pretty unique to the Guild Wars franchise. And then factions introduced an Assassin, which was a low armor but high damage sort of melee warrior. You could like shadow step and do backstabs and cool stuff like that. Sorry, I'm talking over this again. We're not really here for the story. I just want to kind of chat and hang out. And the Ritualist, which was a unique caster that casts spirits and aids heroes and is kind of a healer. And then Nightfall, the third campaign, introduced the Dervish, which is, again, a sort of medium armor warrior that used a Sai that did, by default, did damage to multiple enemies, which was kind of unique. There are skills that let like the warrior and stuff do it. In fact, that's what I'm using is 100 Blades, which allows me to do damage all over the place. And there we go, mission complete. There we go, great. So now we should get the Zyshan rewards for finishing the Bloodstone, in finding the Bloodstone. And then the last class that was introduced was the Paragon, which was really cool, sort of ranged character, heavy armor, ranged, spear chucker. He would throw spears and buff allies with shouts and chants and anthems. Really cool class. Super imbalanced, apparently. I was reading up on the PVX wiki that you can have a really imbalanced sort of Paragon character. But that's, you know, this spear is the typical weapon of a Paragon, which is kind of unique that there's one that uses strength and not Paragon skills. So. Cool. Polymach. That was the name of the mini game they added. So this is like Pokemon. Straight up, it is Pokemon.
Most curious.
Do I want to play a game of Polymach? I don't want to play a game of Polymach. We are about to kind of finish up here, but really good stuff. So we're gonna go talk to the Zyshan Scout. Sorry, my words. We're gonna travel back to Embark Beach. We're gonna turn in the Zyshan mission, and that'll be that'll probably be it for Guild Wars. We will probably take a pause there, kind of get set up for the Game Bite show, starting at 10 o'clock. That's in about 7 minutes. I really want to thank everyone for joining. This has been a great stream. You know, lots of lively discussion. I really enjoy that. So we got 30 Zyshan coins here. I'm going to run to my Zunlai chest. Some fantasy words. I'm going to open it. Yay. And I'm going to run away because I never want to see it again. But no, you can actually, if you keep your Zunlai chest open, you can run all over town with it open. Man, my mind exploded when I realized that. Okay, so we're going to take our 60 coins. Oh, if I had 100, I could get 2 silver, but I only have 96. So we will have to do another one another day. So we'll craft it. Yep, I need 4 more to get another one. So there it is. 7 Zyshan silver coins. We'll put those 46 in there. And then, yep, soon we'll be able to get another one. We need 10, so 3 more of those. We're really basically at 8, so really need about 2 more, about 100 more, 104 more copper. We'll get that, and then we'll have 4 coins, and then we'll have to do it all again, and we'll be able to get our Celestial Sigil, all without having to do any PvP. All right, so let's see, what did we get? Probably nothing of value. Okay, I don't really think I have anyone that uses stances, so nothing great. But no, thank you for joining us here again on this fun little pre-show stream. Guild Wars 1, we did a couple missions, a couple Zyshan challenges, a bounty hunt for Chung, the something, in the Underway, in the Undercity of Kainang City, and the finding the Bloodstone with Gadd. Gadd, that Chad. But I appreciate everyone joining us.